Some transition defense clips here. It's one area of our defense that's probably the weakest. It's really tough, especially for young guys to kind of get the hang of this. But it's something that we need to get better at. And the first thing is just our effort here. We're really just not running back in transition hard enough. We're getting just sprinted by, and this is a good example right here. You see Chris Mann is at the elbow right there. We have Trey Carson, Noah Jager are back way behind him, but then see where Chris Mann goes in this clip. Just dead sprints right past them and gets a dunk. Our get back guys are just not getting back right now. These guys need to get back and make sure that they're the last line of defense while all the other guys who are going to the glass to give them time to get back to their guys. So these guards need to make sure that nothing gets behind them. Can't let up an easy dunk like that. Another one here. This time Noah took a layup and he is down on the floor, so that means that there's a lot more pressure on Trey here because he's the only get back guy. Noah's not going to be able to get back in this play, so we're gonna be a man down on this one here. And then even you see this, Isaac just outruns Charlie and gets behind Trey again, and then a wide open layup 2 seconds into the shot clock. Look at this one here. Looking at it here, it would kind of be crazy to say that Josh gets an open dunk here, but we got 4 guys ahead of him, and watch what happens. He gets a dunk if he doesn't get tripped up there. So these guys Josh just outruns everybody, and also we got Thiel kind of running to his man instead of running to the basket and loading to the ball. We got to make sure we're protecting the rim first. One other thing we're doing here is playing transition defense in transition. That's not what we want to do. We're getting back. This gambling is not getting us anything. You're never going to steal a pass like this. We want to get back, be solid, and set our defense. Because now, all of a sudden, they got numbers going the other way now. Trey's not back. Same thing here. Lazanik, turn it over. I know you want to come and get this ball right back, but the first thing you need to do is once that change of possession, you got to flip switch and sprint back and set your transition defense. Another one here. This is a little bit of effort and also some technical stuff. So Ben Kinker is at the level of the ball here, and he just sprints harder than everybody else. And gets a wide open layup. So first thing here, Jordan Coleman, you're the last guy back here. You're doing a good job, but you need to be able to see that Ben Kinker's ahead of the play, and you got to protect the rim first. If they need to throw a big skip to Brendan Thiel, you can make that closeout, or we can scramble. Next thing, Charlie over on the side here, your man is Isaac, and he's just jogging up the floor. So then you're just jogging up the floor with him. We're not going to buddy run here. We're going to get back, and we're going to help our teammates. Those behind this play, you can, if you sprint hard enough, you can catch up with Ben Kinker, and you can make this pass tough and not let him get it. Here's some good ones here. See, Chris Mann is behind the play here. And in all these other clips, we saw that if you're behind the play, that guy has not been a factor at all. But watch Chris Mann's bolt on defense here to get back into this play. Sprints, catches up with Charlie. He's got nothing. That's good effort right there. That's what we need in transition defense. And also, you got Josh here, who is playing 2 while Chris is coming back. He knows that Chris is trying to get back to Charlie, but Charlie's running at the rim. So Josh is here stopping Charlie until Chris gets back, while he's still able to get a closeout to Trey if they're going to throw it there. That's really good play right there in transition defense. Good effort. And look at Ben Kinker here, a 5-man against a guard. Ben Kinker's job is to build a wall, but he's got to get in front of this ball. And look at that sprint. Gets in front, builds that wall, stops the play. Last effort one, Jordan Coleman, staying in the play from behind it, tries to get a hand on the ball, knows his job's not over here, makes multiple efforts, close out, catches the dribble, stops the transition. All right, the first technical thing we're going to talk about here is communication. Huge in transition, a bunch of pointing. We got to have a bunch of talking. We got to be loud, and we have to be clear with everything we're doing. So in this play, you can see that Josh and Jalen are both pointing. Even Jared and Chris are pointing a ton. But somehow we still get our matchups messed up here. Chris and Jared, we really just need to tighten this up. You guys both run at the ball. I don't know what the communication was here, but it's just got to be clear, and you got to get this down to where one of you's taking the ball, one of you's taking Brendan Field. You got to go two at the ball, and they get a layup. Same thing here. We got a little bit of pointing. It's just a little confusion though. Quabena is declaring the ball right here, so we have Rocco and Noah have to match up with these two here. So Lonnie and Ruck. In this situation, it probably would have been best. Rocco, you need to get off of your original man, Lonnie. It's transition defense. You might have a different matchup. You're closest to Ruck. Go get Ruck, and then Noah's there to get Lonnie. There just needs to be much more communication. It's got to come from you, Rocco. It's got to come from you too, Noah. You got to be communicating back and forth. And we can't give up just a wide open 5 seconds into the shot clock. Same thing here. So if we look at how this transition is going, we have one guy on the weak side here, and we have two on the strong side. Chris Mann is the only defender in this area. He's trying to play two with Alex King running right at him. And Rocco and J. Cole are guarding the same exact guy. So there needs to be communication from both of you again. It's got to be J. Cole while he's running back telling Rocco to get to the other side, and Rocco telling J. Cole to get Isaac in the corner. But we can't have two guys guarding one and then just give up a wide open layup. This is a couple examples of us last year doing it well. Tucker behind the play here. Lonnie is stuck playing too. But right here you see this, there's communication, there's pointing. Lonnie's staying there until Tuck can get back. We're there. And then we're back matched up. Again here, Lonnie behind the play, pointing hard and screaming at somebody to make sure he gets his man up here so they don't get a wide open three. Josh recognizes, gets there, gets his man. Lonnie's running back into the play, and then we can get matched up. And also, you got Matt Wilson a little bit behind on this post guy, and Alex is going to hold until Matt can get back so they don't get an easy dump down for a layup. Matt gets back, Alex bumps out and gets his man, and now we're set up. Same thing here, behind the play, pointing. Lonnie ready to play two. Scramble out, and then we hit it out, and then everybody scrambles and finds a man. Next thing is going to be building walls in transition. It's not just the bigs, it's the guards and everybody. A couple examples of us not doing it well, and then some examples of us doing it really well. So right here, Josh is coming down. Matt Dove is running to the paint right here when his man is at half court. There's really no point in him running to the paint. The objective of building a wall is to keep this ball handler from getting into the paint. So Matt Dove's got to stop right here, turn and build a wall, make sure Josh can't get in the paint. Also, Noah does kind of the same thing as Dove there and just sinks into the paint, not really giving any help, still letting Josh get in the paint, and then his man's wide open for a three. Another one here. Dove, you got to try to work to sprint and get ahead of that ball as hard as you can. Sometimes you won't be able to, but you got to try to get back in front of that ball and build a wall. And then Jared Cross in the corner here is stuck to Quabena Davis. When we sprint back in transition, it's nothing different than getting on and off the ball. You got to get off the ball into your gap and build this wall. Jared Cross is just stuck to this man, and that gives Noah a chance to drive it into the paint. One piece here, Abe does a decent job of getting back. He still could get a little bit more ahead of the ball and get a better wall. And then Noah, it's your job here while that ball handler is coming down. You want to force him to dribble into the wall. You don't want him to go away from the wall. You want to force him to where your help is. Because if you force him to dribble into Abe Johnson, there's no way he's getting in the paint. He goes away from it, and then it's one-on-one scoring it. Here's a good one here. Josh notices that his man Quabena is behind the play so that he can give a little bit of help before Quabena gets into it. He sits there, builds that wall. Lozanic has nowhere to go. And he's back out. Another one here. This one's great. It's a wall of 3 people right here. Abe gets ahead of the play. Quabena gets into his gap, and Noah's squaring the ball up. That's 3 freshmen building a great wall. That's awesome right there. They got nowhere to go. Ben Kinker here sees that Dove is way behind the play, knows that he can get a ton of help, so he just goes really aggressive on this wall. There's absolutely nowhere for Noah to go. And last year, again, Josh knows that there's nothing that he needs to do because his man's behind the play. There's absolutely nowhere to go for this. Patriot League Player of the Year has nowhere to go to get to the rim here. Next technical piece we're going to talk about is going vertical at the rim, something that we're really struggling with. You young guys aren't really understanding the importance of how going vertical can make that shot so difficult. Right here, Ruck. Jared Cross has a half a step on you, and all you do is just foul him intentionally and send him to the line for 2 free throws. Something to think about here is if we go back to our shot chart, 2 free throws is a much better shot than a heavily contested 2-point shot. So you just got to get here, go vertical, 2 hands, leave your feet straight up, and it's going to make this a really tough shot. Same idea here. Noah going for a steal right here. This is kind of just a hero play. You're gambling this thing. People think that this always works. It never works. One thing that's a lot more valuable is just meeting him at the rim, going vertical. I promise you it's going to be a really tough shot. We're going to see it in these clips coming forward. We got to go vertical. See Tuck here coming over in the MIG, going vertical. That's a good finisher here. Zach Lozanic doesn't hit the rim because Tuck goes vertical. That's how tough it makes those shots. You'll see again here. Josh Garden here going vertical. Again, doesn't even touch the rim. So instead of fouling at the rim, giving them 2 free throws, or going for some steal, we make this tough. They're not going to finish this shot. At Navy, turnover. Alex sprints back. Again, vertical. Big play, 1 minute left in the game. Tight game. Doesn't even hit the rim. Game time. Last 2 clips here are just of us last year, kind of in disadvantaged situations, doing a really good job in transition defense, stopping the ball, and making them set up their offense. So Josh is behind the play here. Tucker here is ready to clear the ball, plays 2, and then we're back. That's just really good scrambling there. Tucker doing a great job communicating with Josh and playing 2. Last one here, Josh is down and he's injured, so he's not going to be able to get back into this play at all. So we have a 5-on-4 the whole possession here. Alex declares the ball early, has it in his hand. Matt comes out, and then I declare the ball here, and Lonnie is doing a really good job of being able to play 2 because we're a man down. Kicks it out, Lonnie goes, I scramble, and then we get a contested 3 and a 5-on-4. Which is a big win for us. Everybody comes back, we get a rebound, and we're going. All right, there's those clips. Something that we really need to work on. Let's try to get better at it, practice today and all week.